Welcome to week number 4. This is all about the sanctuary and its various meanings. Now, the most important question of all is, why did God want to build a sanctuary on earth? Well, at Mount Sinai, when God revealed his presence to his people, he gave them 2 tokens along. The one was the Torah, the heavenly will according to which the people of God should live. The other one was the tabernacle, the presence, the place of God's presence on earth. And they could take along all these 2 things, the tabernacle and the Torah, wherever they would go. God would live among his people as a nomad, wandering with them wherever they would go. So this is important for the people to see God is always present. Now, the sanctuary has many meanings, and we can only pinpoint a few of them. One is that God arranged in the sanctuary 3 different holiness zones. Zones where you can enter or not enter. Like all the Israelites could enter into the courtyard. But only the priest could go one step further into the first apartment. And in the most holy place, only the high priest could go once a year. This reminds the Israelites about their Sinai experience, where at the campground everyone was there, but further on to meet God, only the elders Moses, Nadab and Abihu and Aaron could go, but into the cloud on the top of the mountain, only Moses was allowed. So the sanctuary, it's God's gift to Israel. They could take the sanctuary along as a perpetuating Sinai experience. And this is interesting. The next question would then be, well, how can a holy God live among an unholy people? How is this possible? Well, God took care of that. He offered them a system of offerings. He gave them a priestly service which continually interceded for them, so they could be cleansed as well as the sanctuary could be cleansed. God took care of them being in their presence. His holiness should make them holy. In the book of Leviticus, it's like a refrain that God says, "You shall be holy, for I am holy." So God will make sure how they can be holy. Well, there are several more things, of course, but I want to highlight just one more, if I may. And that is that the sanctuary is the center of every activity of life in Israel. Whatever it is, you can go to the sanctuary. You can find an answer by the priest. You can go there to find a judgment by God. You can go there to ask for forgiveness, to plead your request, whatever it is. King Solomon already at the inauguration of the temple mentioned that. He laid out different scenarios in which you could go to the temple and pray there so that God in the heavenly temple would listen to. And these scenarios come from different life situations: agriculture, military, war. It comes from religion. Whatever it is, the sanctuary is the place to be. This is something that the people who wrote the Psalms understood very well. King David in Psalm 27, verse 4, mentioned that this is his only wish, to be in the sanctuary, because there he could behold the beauty, the deliciousness, the grace of God. And he says you have to seek that. In verses 4 and 8, he says you have to seek the Lord. So it requires your entire will to go there to the sanctuary and see what God has prepared for you. Asaph, on the other hand, in Psalm 73, he looks around. He doesn't look at the sanctuary at first. He looks around himself and sees how the unrighteous prosper, how they succeed in life. And he says, how can that be? They don't even follow God. Well, the answer for that he finds again in the sanctuary. In verse 17, it says, "When I went into the sanctuary and I behold their destiny, then I saw what their end will be." And then he felt secure. He felt assured in his way with God. And there is something the sanctuary will give us. There is something which we will study in further weeks, it is that you'll see the end of humanity in the sanctuary. You see where every path will lead to. And it is for sure that the people who are with God see in that sanctuary their assurance. They gain security. And this is something which is worth seeking for.